Hey guys, this is Forsaken Reality here with the 23rd episode of the RPG tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to be setting up something so we can set the location of our weapon slots and other slots like back slots, waist slots per weapon. This will make it a bit easier than just setting the rotations because there might be some different weapons that have like slightly different locations and just need to be slightly adjusted into the hand and onto the slot. And that's going to throw off all your other items, or you're going to have to create tons of slots for each different weapon on your character. So this will basically allow you to not have to do that or bring anything out into Blender or another modeling app to fix the locations between different packs. So without further ado, we'll get into that. The first thing we're going to want to do is open up our RPG tutorials folder, blueprints, data, structures. We want to go to our socket details. And in here we will create a few new variables. So we'll just create one for now, and this will be a vector. So because of the vector is for the location. And socket location underscore r, and new variable. Need one for every single socket, so and socket location for L and socket. Oh, this one's back socket. L. R. And waist socket location underscore L. And I'll remove this last one because I don't need it. And I'll just organize these so they're in the right places with the other ones. Basically, you just want to bring them up so that they're under each of the rotations is the way I'm doing it. So it'll be rotation. It'll be location, rotation, and location. Or the name, rotation, location, sorry. And that should be that. And socket arrow, rotation, location. Yeah. So now in our item details, socket details, we'll have location and rotation. Save all. And now when we go back to our data table folder, in our socket details, we can now set a location for each socket that we set. So we want I'm just going to use this weapon socket R as a test, and I'm just going to go 50. Yeah, 50 just to show you that it's working, basically. Well, it's not working yet. We still need to go into our combat component. And in our equip first, we will, okay, this is setting the, yep, in our equip, we want to set the location. So we'll first we're going to grab all this except for the rotation. So now we have this here like that. And we're going to drag out of our holdable mesh and get set relative location. Make a little more room there for myself. And we're going to plug this in like that. And now that we're getting the location from our item details and the socket details, we can drop this down and we'll notice some extra plugins. And this is going to be getting it for the hand socket R because we're equipping it to our weapon socket here. And that will, just to show you that it's working, I set the location in my data table for my sword. And it should be setting the location right here now. Okay, so it seems to be setting it when one second. I think I just remembered the problem with that. When I made my test copy, I replaced in my character, you can go to your pickup item. And after we set the weapon equipped, we can actually remove the attach and the set relative rotation, and we can now replace that. We're going to get our combat component and equip, because when you pick up a weapon, it's equipping the weapon to your character, and all the checks determined if it's where it's going to be equipped happen up here basically. So if it's not supposed to be equipped to your weapon socket, it won't make it this far. And our combat component, we actually don't need this either because that's being set in the equipped as well. And now that we have this setting the relative location and the master character on pickup, see how the sockets, obviously it's not in the right location, but it's being set in a whole different location. So now we're able to set our location and rotation per socket. When that will only work when we equip. So now we want to copy this, or we're going to comment this first. This is just going to be set the location of the equipped weapon socket used to adjust the location of each weapon individually within the item data table. So basically that'll allow us to set it per item, and that's just letting you know that's how it's done. So now we want to go to our unequip, and before we set equip to false, I just noticed that's just a comment, but I'm just going to fix the comment there. There we go. We're going to paste this in, and this is for the back socket R, I think, or no, this is for the waist socket. So we'll set the location of the waist socket. We want to drop down and get, instead of our hand socket, look for the waist socket location R. Plug that in, and we're good to go. Well, we have one more actually, and then we're good to go. And this, after we plug this in down here, same thing as we have up here for our waist socket and back socket. but this one will be our back socket. I mean our hand socket, our waist socket. This one right here is our back socket. Back socket location R. Just double checking, back socket, yep. Just naming this, fixing these comments. And this comment component's actually for I'll put character because it's reference to the character, because remember we can use this for not just players but AI as well once we set it up for AI, of course. And I'm going to remove these two comments, and that's it. Now everything should work. Should be able to set the location and rotation of all your weapons, so no need for bringing weapons out the blender for simple fixes like that. If you like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below, or join my Discord. I have a lot of helpful people in a growing community. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.